Stoicism 101. Class is in session. Synonyms for stoic. Wish I didn't search this up because what I'm saying is actually so scary. I'm seeing words like impassive, apathetic, phlegmatic, stolid, matter of fact, sober, unemotional, unflappable, dispassionate, calm, cool, detached, indifferent, resigned, expressionless, passionless, affectless, aloof, unmoved, forbearing, long-suffering, patient. In last class, this was an introduction to Stoicism. We talked about the foundation of Stoicism, the evolution of Stoicism, movers and shakers of Stoicism, the 4 pillars of Stoicism. And then we're also supposed to talk about 3 Stoic disciplines, but crash and burn. So today we're starting from there, the 3 Stoic disciplines. This framework came from Epictetus. It was practiced by people like Marcus Aurelius. The 3 Stoic disciplines are the framework by which you live your life, the actions you are taking every day so that you become a Stoic, actually. So the 3 disciplines are desire, action, and assets. Desire is what you want or what you avoid. You're asking yourself, what do I want? What are my goals? What are my aspirations in life? What are the dreams? What are the things I crave? What are the things I dream of every time I go to bed, every time I sleep? What are the things I'm always thinking of? Where is my pain point? What are the things I think about and I'm irritated, like, this is not how this should be. Those are your desires. Identifying it makes you a better Stoic. Nobody's born with that ability to know what they actually desire. By prodding and testing that you find out what you desire within. Then action is how you behave towards others. How are you showing up every day to your family, to your friends, in whatever aspect of life that you set yourself to be? How are you showing up every day? Then assent is how you judge your thoughts and impressions. I believe that as an individual, you can combine being a Stoic and being a Christian. That's a personal philosophy, because Stoics actually are very logical people. They're always realistic about life. They are the people you call the realists. But Christians are supposed to have faith. So when you can combine being realistic with situations and then combining it with a higher faith, that's what makes you powerful as a Stoic. And that's what you call assent, how you judge thoughts and impressions. You think things, you don't just accept everything that comes. You don't just accept every thought that comes your way. You try to prod it. Be a physicist, and God's thoughts are higher than our thoughts. How do we think godly-like thoughts? If you master desire, action, and assent, Stoics believe that you become emotionally stable and morally grounded. Basically, a calm person in this world that runs on a panic mode. Stoicism flips the script of desire, meaning you should desire things within your control. Desire to develop your character, desire your effort, desire your decisions, desire your values, and stop attaching yourself to things outside of your control. Stop attaching yourself to outcomes. Stop attaching yourself to situations. Stop attaching yourself to external luck, external success. For example, you apply for a job. The normal reaction will be, I must get this job, especially if it's a job that you are very passionate about, something you've been looking forward to. The Stoic approach is, my responsibility is to prepare and perform well. My responsibility is to do my best and leave the rest. The outcome is not mine to control. Stoicism is not about being detached from people, like the definitions I was reading before, apathy, indifference. That's not Stoicism. Stoics believe that we are social creatures by nature, and we've been designed to collaborate. We've been designed to coexist with our society. So action is how you treat people in the society, how you coexist and you live with people in the society. And your actions should follow the 4 Stoic principles: wisdom, courage, temperance, and justice. Somebody insults you, the natural reaction is to insult your own back, to get your leg back. But the Stoic reaction would be to pause, to assess whether what this person is saying is actually even true. Then you respond calmly or you ignore it. You don't need to reply to everything. You don't need to reply to every comment that comes your way. Act according to your values, not according to your emotions anymore. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his book Meditations that when you wake up, you should expect to meet difficult people. When you expect the unexpected becomes expected. You wake up and you decide, you've made up your mind that today things are going to try to pull me down. They're going to try to shake me. I'm not going to let them. I am in control of my emotions. I can control how I feel. That is a Stoic mindset. This is under my control. My emotions is something I can control. It's something within my power to control. So regardless of how people behave around me, I have created my own bubble that defines how I respond. Then assent is training how your mind interprets events. You're in a social gathering and you say something and everybody's laughing. Your brain might begin to say, oh, they hate me. I'm a weird creature. I'm a weird person. I embarrass myself. I'm being trampled on. I'm being spited at. Stoics believed something radical. The events themselves, they don't disturb us. It is our interpretation of what we've internalized, what we've interpreted those events as. That is what actually affects us. emotionally. Like if you're able to logically think, like immediately these things come up, immediately these emotions come up, or these thoughts, immediately the thoughts come up, you are questioning it logically to decipher whether this is actually something that should spring up this particular emotion. And that's the power of catching yourself in the act. You are seeing yourself do that thing visually, like you're actually physically seeing yourself do that thing. It's easier to edit your behavior. Everybody thinks I'm stupid. That's the thought that comes up. Number one, everybody. That's a false statement because not everybody knows you like that. So how can everybody think you're stupid? Number two, is this a rational thought? Rationally, for me to think this way, would everybody think I'm stupid? Could there be another explanation to why I'm feeling this way? Most of the times your brain is exaggerating. And Stoicism teaches us to not automatically sign the contract that your emotions hand you. For example, you post a video online and it gets no engagement. Your brain is going to go, oh, I'm not good enough. Oh, I'm a boring person. Oh, I'm not talented. Oh, people don't care about me. They don't care about what I do. The Stoic framework is to, number one, if we're applying it, the assets. You pause. You realize that these are just thoughts. They are coming from within you, but they are just triggers to make you feel a certain way, bubbling from your subconscious. You pause and be like, wait, where the heck is this coming from? This is not true. These are thoughts. They are not facts. Where is the evidence? There's no evidence. Then the desire should be creating quality content. The desire should not be how people react to your content. That is not within your control. You focus on what you can do, which is to create good content, to breed engagement. Then action is continually improving yourself, improving your craft, and staying consistent. That is the action to take. So using this framework, when you use assets, you pause that these are thoughts. Me thinking that I'm not good enough is just a thought. There's no evidence to show that I'm not competent for this work that I'm doing. And your desire should not be trying to get people to react to what you do. You should be creating good quality content. Then the action is to continue improving your work and to stay consistent. These are the disciplines. They're not just things that you can just do. They're things you learn how to do over time, actually. That's why they are called disciplines of Stoicism.